thought we'd do it on the avenue.
Waas Sappening.
Órale. This is George, man. What's happening? Presented by SeunevA Lifestyles Company. I'm here with Timmy's cousin, Michael.
What's up?
Son-in-law named Jeff.
What's crapping?
And sitting in the hot seat for Timmy this week is Erica, Lynn, Huizar, McNeil, and Sons.
To the max.
Yep.
To the motherfucking max. Yeah.
To the max.
That was an abrupt start.
Why was it?
I don't know. That was good though.
Was I supposed to clap?
Yeah, do that. You know, Tim Lucy brings us in, but that was good.
Mosca. No, I brought you in. I forgot your name real quick because I don't know if they call you Vince, Michael, Vince. All of the above.
All the above.
All right.
Yep.
Precioso.
That's his slave name.
Yep. Bubble indeed. All the above. So what's up?
Nothing, man. I think in honor of Teachers Appreciation Week, we brought some guests in this time. We got Selena, Carolina,
yeah,
Joanne, Tassie. That's right. I forgot that was Tassie. All right.
Hell yeah, right on. So we're going to be in the middle of a National Teachers Appreciation Week, right?
I think so.
Right on.
That's why you brought this up to.
I did.
You came to us and said, "Hey, why don't we do this type of podcast? Bring some educators on."
Correct. I thought it would be cool. And of course, you know, hey, speaking of which, you know what? I know we got some feedback and it said, hey, man, the podcast usually has just people that are from around our neighborhood, our area. But I just wanted the people know that it just happened organically that way. You know, naturally, when we started the podcast, we just started reaching out to the people we knew. And, hey, man, it's not our fault if we know some cool people that are doing cool stuff that are from our area. But it's not the intention, and we're going to be bringing new people.
It's in the water.
It's in the water.
With that being said, where are you guys from? The neighborhood.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. I've heard some feedback like that as well, saying, you know what? They're from the west side. They went to Carl Hayden, they went to Butler, and they went.
It's the same
It's
shit.
the same thing. Yeah.
You can't help it, like you said. Can't help it that the cool people come from those places. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know, no, we're glad to bring whoever wants to come on.
Correct.
You know? That's who we're open to anybody coming on. I mean,
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, too, shout out to Carlos Corrales, man, because he sent me a lead for somebody to bring on that might be doing some dope shit. So I'm going to be reaching out to him. So shout out to Carlos for sending me a lead for somebody to possibly bring on. So if anybody has any suggestions, you know, let us know. We'll bring them in.
yeah, exactly.
So speaking of which, National Teachers Appreciation Week. We have Erica
Get up
on
close to the mic if you would, please.
because Erica was a former school teacher, right?
I'll take the double dare challenge.
The physical challenge.
Physical challenge. I'll take the physical challenge.
And then,
Eye in the face.
yeah.
Hand up the nostril.
Get the flag.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
So, right, you're a former school teacher.
former
You went
school
to,
teacher.
where'd you go? Tell me where you went to.
You were a former school teacher.
I am.
When did you do that? Like you were 12, 13 years old? Look at you. Look at you.
Tell us where.
What?
She's not supposed to say the name of the school. She taught like around the neighborhood.
No, she can. She's
You want me to
fine.
tell you where I taught?
Yeah,
before?
tell us.
I was a kindergarten teacher and second grade teacher at Butler Elementary School.
Right.
Yep.
So we thought Erica would be appropriate to have on the panel
Sure.
as well. And you know, Tim is also absent. He's out of town, but Erica's a great person to have on this because she knows
Somebody educated.
Educated, right? She knows education.
Way better than Tim.
Right.
Here I
Right.
am.
So let me ask you: Did you have a favorite teacher growing up in school, or a teacher that
I
inspired
had
you?
several, I think, and especially in elementary school, I had several. My first grade teacher, my third grade teacher, and that might have been. I'm trying to think of my other, but for sure those two were my favorites: Miss Chavez and Miss Davis.
Why was that?
They were nurturing. They were personable. Like I could connect with them. They seemed like a normal person. 'Cause I think when we were younger, teachers you couldn't connect, or they just looked a little different, or it just seemed like whoa. You know what I mean? Like whoa, that's a teacher. But they were almost like a tia. Like they were very nurturing and comforting. And
Would you say that's what
They
inspired
care.
you to be a teacher?
I think so. Yeah, I just really I enjoy being in a classroom with kids. I like to provide that same environment, a safe, nurturing environment. I like to see when the light bulb goes off in kids, so
Nice.
I definitely
Yeah.
wanted to provide that.
And you had summers off.
Summer's off.
Hey, let me tell you a real quick story. I remember when Erica's first year of teaching kindergarten, and at the end of the year when the kids had to move on to first grade, Erica bawled her eyes out.
did.
Like you would not.
I did.
That's
I
funny.
still think of some of those kids to this day. My second graders and my kindergartners. There are a couple kids that I still. Where are they? Like, what are they up to?
Where are they
Right.
They'd
now?
be like out of high school right now,
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow.
It was 16 years ago.
Where are they?
Damn.
I don't know.
Who knows?
But I did. I cried.
In front of Food City.
Cried.
First
Don't
classroom.
say that,
I
man.
hated
Hopefully
to say
that-
goodbye.
Oh man, it can't be funny.
What about you, Jeffro? You have any teachers that inspired you or coming up that you?
In 6th grade, I had Miss Watson. She was a very, very caring teacher, and she genuinely cared about not only like us doing well in school, but doing well at home and making sure everybody is okay. You
Right
know what I
on.
mean? Just all the way around. Yeah, she was very, very,
Now,
very nice.
Did you say she was from Chicago?
She's from the south side of Chicago, and you know, in the neighborhood, you know, and this is, you know, early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. You know, gangs was like, you know, infested in the neighborhood and stuff. So she used to put us in check and say, if you guys think you guys are gang members, I come from where the drive-by was invented. You know what I mean? We're talking about like
Yeah.
Scarface, dude. Talking
Yeah.
about, you know, the mafiosos and stuff. And so she was real cool, man. She would like, and we're in 6th grade, so we're like at that age where, you know what I mean?
yeah, it could be easily influenced, right?
Be
Yeah.
easily
go left or
influenced
right.
and stuff. And I mean, she used to go off and tell us like from gang stuff to be careful with these girls. They're all fake. Yeah. Next thing you know, their wig is off the on the bedpost. You know what I mean? Don't believe everything. Now look at where we're at. Everybody's all fake these days. You know what I mean?
Wow. So, but Jeff,
I'm saying with the younger
I
generation.
remember too when Jeff, you know, we were comparing school districts because you went to school in Glendale,
Correct.
right?
No.
And the funny thing was, Glendale's the way they structure or name the schools was
Unit 1,
Unit
Unit
one.
2, Unit 3.
That's like back east.
Cell block 4.
cell block four.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to I went to
CB4?
kindergarten twice, actually. So I went to
I forgot about that. That's right.
I went to OLPH, which is a Catholic school, and then
Kick your ass out.
yeah. So then I went to Unit 7 for kindergarten in a few years, and I ended up at Unit 2, and then Unit 1, and all these units, and even the Catholic school was all within a mile of my house.
It was one big unit.
So yeah, that's how I went down.
What about you, Snoop? You
Teachers? Yeah, I had two of them. My 6th grade teacher, Mr. Gutierrez.
yeah.
Man, that dude was dope. He let me know back then, like, I could do anything. I thought I could fly with that dude.
Really?
Yeah.
He was that inspirational to you?
Yes.
Wow.
And then in high school was Mr. Mandel.
Oh, I remember Mr. Mandel.
Yeah, the nerd of nerds.
Yeah.
But that dude right there, he was cool, man. He showed me how to be creative with my writing, and he just let us go with just boom, 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 and then showed me like what it meant to get into a book and read and really enjoy a book. Because he used to let us read books in his class.
Yeah.
And just kick back. I used to go straight for that beanchy fucking beanbag
Bean
right
bag.
there in the corner. Boom. Sit there.
That everybody's been sleeping, sitting in.
Who cares? They're my people. You know, and I read all kinds of stuff in there. But that was another one that said, man, you could do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pobrecitos, both of them, you know, they said that to me, and I did whatever I wanted with the chicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So same question goes. Let's start with you, Carolina. Any inspirational teachers in your time that inspired you to become a teacher or counselor?
Well, I'm a social worker, and My favorite teacher has always been my sister.
Oh, right on.
There's a 10-year age gap between us, right? And so, sorry, I'm just putting it out there. I'm building the timeline here.
Short 10 years.
Can't even tell. But she was already teaching when I was still in middle school. And so, getting to that exposure, and Selena was the barrier breaker in my family. And so she was the first college graduate. She did all of these things. And so if there was anybody, my inspiration was homegrown, which I feel really lucky.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Because she did it. She did it all. So that's why I get to sit here. This is why I get to do what I do, because she did it first.
Right on. So she was inspirational. Awesome. Right.
Yeah.
That's right on. And you.
I want to hug you both right now.
That's a tough one to follow.
How about you, Selena?
Go ahead.
How about you, Selena?
Yeah, for sure. My mom tells this story about my first day of kindergarten. That all the kids, you drop the kids off in kindergarten, they're all crying because they don't, and I was like, at first just really excited, but when they came to pick me up, I started crying because I didn't want to leave school.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's true, but what she says is Mr. Street, who was my kindergarten teacher at Butler, said, you have to go home, and if you want to stay in school forever, then you can just become a teacher. And I was like, okay. So I decided in kindergarten,
You wanted to be a teacher?
I'm going to be a teacher.
Wow.
Because I just liked school. It was fun. And so it started with Mr. Street, and then I've had so many really good teachers. In elementary school at Butler, was probably after Mr. Street was Sally Chalfin. We still keep in touch to this day.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was my 6th grade teacher. She just showed me like the world really beyond our neighborhood, and we went to California, went to Disneyland. She took me to my first concert. Well, all these stuff that you can't do now, but we went to see Crisscross.
Oh, right on.
Jump.
Did you say crisscross applesauce?
Yeah.
Wow.
We did this like NBA Jam thing together. I just have Disneyland with her. Like she just created all these experiences.
That's cool.
And and like I said, we still keep in touch. She's an amazing woman, and I'm really, really lucky that she was my 6th grade teacher.
And it sounds like she was kind of like a mentor.
Yeah,
kind of,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that you still keep in touch with. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. How about you, Tass?
I did not want to be a teacher. So, not too many teachers have made a big impression when I was a kid. Coaches, yes. We all know Miss Veneri. She definitely was a big impression on me. Mr. Briggs, he was my 6th grade PE teacher at Butler, and still talk to him too whenever we can. Real big. He's the same way. Just thought the world of everybody and just go for it. Do whatever you want. So he was just that kind of person. But I did not want to be a teacher. I wanted to be an accountant.
Did you?
That's how I started ASU as a business major.
Did you?
Yeah, didn't want to do it, and then halfway through with macro and microeconomics, I couldn't do it. Called my mom one day crying, I have to switch majors, I don't know what I'm going to do. And of course my mom worked out of school, so she was the one that said, why don't you just become a teacher? She started laying it all out there. Insurance is free. It's not anymore, but free insurance. It'll be good. It's always there. It's always a position they're always in need.
Right.
And I said, okay, well, let me try it. So I switched majors, and from there on, I loved it.
Nice. Right
Yeah,
on.
loved it, and I'm glad I turned that way.
Right. How about you, Joanne?
I've had quite a few inspirational teachers, actually. I think I'm kind of attracted to the quirky nerdiness. I've always that. But I would say my first experience when I knew I wanted to be a teacher was 2nd grade. I had Mrs. Espinoza, and she just had a way of making learning fun. We always wanted to be at school. And one thing that stands out in my brain, and it's kind of crazy because you're thinking, what does that have to do with academics? But one thing she did is she was, outside of work, she was like a professional dancer. And so,
Whoa.
not that kind of
So she put herself through college, and then
No, not that kind of dancer.
You try to say that a little too
like
quick.
an actual dancer. She did like ballet.
Oh, okay.
Ballerina.
And then she did like modern and contemporary type of dance. But we did an entire unit on country western and country western dancing, and that's how we ended our day. Like every day we were practicing for this show we were going to put on for our parents. And she was on that show Dance Fever. Do you guys remember Dance
Yeah.
Fever?
I do remember
Yeah,
Dance
she
Fever.
came on Dance Fever, and I just thought she was the coolest, and I just wanted to be just like her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny
That's
Terrio.
cool. And I think that's important, like when you're an educator, to make it fun, right? Like it doesn't have to be always academic in the books. I mean, because there's always life lessons that can be learned, and like, you know, even knowing that she was a dancer, you know what I mean? That's kind of inspirational for a young kid to be like, man, I didn't even know that existed. I want to maybe look into doing ballet and that type of thing. So
I think it's cool to show that you're an actual person. I'm your
Right.
teacher, but I have interests too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you have to find the way to connect with your students. And once you do that,
right.
it's great.
And you know, I think it's admirable, and I got to mention that all of you guys currently have come back to teach in the community, in the communities that you grew up in, and are involved in that community. Because I can reflect back even when I was in school. I can honestly say that when I was in school, some of the teachers that were at the elementary school I went to, it seemed like they didn't really want to be there. Like it was kind of like a last school district to be into and job. Some of them, not all of them, but there were some. And as I reflect back as I got older, I could tell, like, you know what, their heart really wasn't into it because they didn't know the community, and they didn't really feel connected. I feel, to the community, and they didn't even really try, right? But I think that's admirable that you guys all have gone back to the community now. So now I want to ask, so what inspired you to go to secondary education?
So I was working at the Department of Child Safety when I graduated from U of A with my bachelor's, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that point. Initially, I really wanted to go to medical school. That was my plan. It was my plan from the time I was really little. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to do neurosurgery. And then I got pregnant with my son, and that changed my entire outlook on life, right? Like, I got to figure something else out. So then I got employed anyway. I got employed at Department of Child Safety. I fell in love with social work. I was like, what is this social work thing? Like, I'm gonna be taking people's kids? Like, that but I need insurance, and so does my kid. We need some insurance, so we're gonna do that. And then I would say like 3 months in, I'm like, wait a minute, this is deeper than that.
Yeah.
This is brokenness of our communities to this level that, like, I never knew. And there's so many things that are broken in this system. And I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so with the Department of Child Safety, they partner with ASU School of Social Work, and there's actually a master's program that they offer for free. You have to apply to get accepted to ASU and to get accepted through the department, through the state of Arizona, so that you can attend that program. And so I had to be employed for 3 years, so I wrote out the 3 years. I applied for the program. I was accepted on my first application, and so that was to get my master's of social work through ASU. And so really my first real job, right, like, changed the whole course of what my life has looked like in my career path. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, that free master's degree was real nice, right? But it is more than that. It was about what I could do with it and the difference that I could make with that degree, and not just anywhere but here.
Right.
My goal was always here.
That's cool. Yeah, because I was gonna say, do you think, like, obviously growing up here where we grew up helps you today because you can connect and know sometimes relate to what these people are going through?
Yeah, 100%. It's really funny. When I was interviewing to work at the school, I did 7 years at DCS. It's my 3rd year in Phoenix Union. One of the things that I tried to sell myself on the most, right, was like, I can connect with these people better than any of your candidates can. Like, this is my neighborhood.
Right. Yeah.
These are my people.
Right.
These kids are me. They're my family. They're everybody I know. And there's a language that we speak here that I can speak. And my principal has told me now, like, that was the deal. Like, we wanted you when we figured out. And I was like, you thought I could speak full Spanish, didn't you? And I was like, gotcha. But no, it really does. It really does make a complete difference when they think, oh, the social worker's calling, or oh, you know, my kid's struggling, and then they see me.
Yeah.
Or they hear my voice, or I do speak Spanish, so I call them, you know, and I'm like, no, I get it. I understand. Your food city's my food city.
Yeah.
Like, I know San Antonio's expensive. Like, it's crazy, right? So it absolutely does. And it's, I also coach at Carl Hayden, so I coach softball at Carl Hayden, and it's a conversation I have with my softball girls all the time. Like, you guys can't pull the wool over my eyes that is just too hard, because I am you.
Right.
You know, and the world is going to tell you it's impossible, but it isn't.
Right.
So it absolutely does. In everything that I do, I fully embrace my Chicanismo, right? Like being a Chicana from this part of Phoenix, right here.
Right.
It's in every single thing that I do. Always, always, always.
Hell yeah. You, how about you, Selena? So you're.
Can I stop going after her?
No. So I just want. I'm curious. Like, so you're Carl Hayden. You're a senior. Did you already know you're going?
Yep, I knew.
She knew kindergarten.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna be a teacher, and there was one thing my dad said. My dad wasn't supportive of. Now he celebrates it, but at that time my dad was like, I'll help you with school, but if you're gonna be a teacher, I'm not gonna help you be poor the rest of your life. You're gonna have to figure that out on your own. Because we already know what poor is. Don't you want to do something else?
But we're gonna talk about that too.
And so I was like, well, maybe I should do something else. Like, I'll take computer class. I don't know. But I went off track for maybe a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I know I was born to be a teacher. I know it, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't care. All we know is being poor. So what? I'll be poor. Who cares?
And teaching's not
happy.
about the money.
No.
If you want to be a teacher, you know what you're getting into, and you're not doing it because you want to be rich.
Yeah. So I stayed on track, and my very first teaching day at Maryville High School, it was solidified. I was like, nope, this is exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Wow.
And in the same way that my sister talked about, she was doing her social work degree, and in the school systems, you do notice the brokenness. You do notice the issues that are happening beyond, the face of the kid in front of you. There's a heart and a soul that needs something. And so then I ended up going back to school to get my master's, but not in education. I got my master's in professional counseling.
Wow.
I was going to do psychology or professional counseling because I just needed to know for myself, like, how can I be a better teacher? And it wasn't going to be by taking more English classes or reading, more books about teaching English. It was going to be about how do I get to know the hearts of these kids and learn about trauma and learn about generational poverty and learn about all of the things that they're facing. And so like Carol, she got her degree, and then I followed her path and really went into a degree in counseling, so that maybe someday when I retire I'll be a counselor. I don't know, but it's made me a better teacher, and that's really why.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
really why I did it.
Yeah, really cool. How about you, Joanne?
I mentioned that in second grade I wanted to be a teacher, but growing up, everyone always discouraged that. Like Selena said, everybody's like, you're not going to make any money. You're never going to be happy. So I went a different route. I graduated from Maryville and, went to PC with you, right? Started taking business classes and, started working at a financial institution, and I made really good money, but it never fulfilled me, ever. I always just felt like I was just on a grind to nowhere. And so after talking to your wife, I had a very deep conversation with your wife. And she's like, you always wanted to be a teacher. Why aren't you doing that?
Wow.
And I said, you're right. And I know I'm not in it for the money, but I went back to school and during the practicums and the internships and student teaching, it all solidified for me that that's where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You did it too. Like, well, you had a full-time job too.
I
and
did.
You were,
I
and
was
you know, I'm
going
sure
to-
like a lot of you all did, but I know Joanne put in some work.
Yeah, that's what growing up in the hood is.
Yeah.
You work hard and work harder.
Because
So, yeah.
I think even at one time, I think you were working nights to go to school in the morning, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so that's
I
cool.
didn't have a life for a long
Were
time.
you
But it was
were you
worth it.
dancing?
Unfortunately, that can stick.
Holla.
Yeah. All right. On that note, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and I want to hear how you changed your major, started teaching. All right.
Am I bringing it back in?
Yeah.
From where?
And
From where we left off. Hey, let's go. We're right back right here. Orale, what's going on? Hey, we ended up, Tassie, we cut you off with the last break. Let's pick up where you were at. Oh, no, it's Joanna. I guess we're going back to Joanna. Sorry about that. Pay attention.
Come on, Timmy.
Yeah.
Come on, Timmy.
You're amongst educators, and you're not even.
I was
paying
slobbering on the table. Right there.
ADHD over here. Where's this Ritalin at?
attention. Yeah. Yeah. You always had parent-teacher conference.
No licking the walls.
So where were
George.
we at with it? You asked them about their higher education.
Yeah, and then
stuff
I just wanted to ask, obviously, Joanne, you've come back and are teaching in the community that you grew up in, and what inspired that, or how did you know that you wanted to come back and do that?
Well, so going to ASU, your last internship,
Go to ASU.
Go Devils. You had to try like they required us to try different grade levels. They required us to try different districts, and so I ended up there just by chance. But once I was done with my student teaching, that was home to me. Even though the demographics of the neighborhood had changed a little bit, the community was still the same, and just the connection I had with parents and students there.
Right.
I knew that's where I belonged.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've noticed that here as well. Is the community really the same? Do you think? Because,
Expand on that, Michael.
well, I've seen the community change in this area a lot.
Okay.
And even from the time you and I went to elementary school here in this area, there's a lot more Mexican nationals, to be frank, here, and sometimes there's that language barrier.
Sure.
And I know that they come dual language. Some of them are Spanish is spoken in the household.
Duolingual?
primarily. Duolingual, buddy. You know it, right? So
Not even that though in the house.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, do you recognize that there's still some type of connection?
Yes. We have seen a lot of immigrants from South America, from Mexico, other places as well. We get African refugees, things
Right.
like that. But definitely, I think with where Latinos are concerned, they come to the school and they see that there's teachers that look like them.
Right. Okay.
And for them, those countries, they really revere teachers. So there's a certain
Great
amount of
point.
respect that comes with. And I think, too, just, showing other brown kids that, you can do things. If you work hard, you can achieve things. And so I think that in itself is a way to build a relationship with those families and continue to build relationships within the community.
Okay, so kind of like Joanne said, being at ASU, when you get into the teacher program, they do have you go on certain observations for every semester. Your final one is student teaching. And I knew I wanted to come back to the school that I went to, that all of us went to, that's in our neighborhood, and I knew that I wanted to do my student teaching there. So when I did my student teaching, I was very fortunate enough to get hired on for the following school year. And that's just kind of where I wanted to be. I like being back in our community. I like being back in front of kids that walk to school, walk by my house, and they know me. They see me every day.
I know where you live.
They tell me that. Where you live, maestra? I know where you live. I went trick or treating at your house. They do, and it's great. And I think I think it's cute because they see me as somebody they can definitely relate to. But just like you guys were talking about, the community has changed. I think when we were kids and we lived here, there were a lot of families that were grounded here. They had been here for many, many years.
Right.
And then times change and they all moved out. And so people that come back into the neighborhood, they're kind of not staying. They're kind of in and out.
I think it's because they don't own anymore. People have
That's
sold their
true.
houses and they're renting them out.
Yeah.
And then you get a lot of turnaround. So like me growing up over there in Glendale, it was the same here. I have friends from kindergarten, a big chunk of them all the way to this day. And now it's happening over there too. You're getting a lot of turnaround. You don't have a lot of the same people who are living there. The families have gotten rid of their Nana's house. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, currently this school year, I think they said we had something like 90 kids enroll throughout the school year, but we lost the same amount.
oh, wow.
So like it just,
High
it's a
turnover rate.
revolving door.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows what kind of the community's like. People are staying for a little bit, but then they're leaving. So that's kind of how it has changed. But the fact that it's never changed is that they're all Latinos. They're all, they're all like just like us. And I think that when they see that as a teacher, like Joanne said, they respect them a lot. They respect teachers highly. So they're just glad to see you there. They're glad for that you're spending your time with their children, and they value that. And it's always been a mate for, it gives you a sense of pride because you just feel happy when the kids come and the parents are happy that you're there and they talk to you very easily. Even if you don't, I speak Spanish, but not fluently.
Right.
And I can hold my own conferences. I used to, and they would, help me out and help me with the words
That's
if I
cool.
wasn't getting it. And they never looked down or nothing. It was always a smooth conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I think
cool.
they embrace it when you,
Yeah, I
when
think
your
so too, yeah.
Spanish isn't well and you're trying,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's gratifying to hear that they have that appreciation. Talking about Teacher Appreciation Week, right? That that they have that towards you guys.
I think so. I think majority of parents do.
Yeah.
That's good.
So let's go back to your question that you had earlier about the
Dual language.
dual language.
Yeah.
Where are you at with that?
Well, I just wanted to see if these guys had an opinion on it because I know where I stand on it, and I grew up and went to school with a lot of because we started to see the first wave of a lot of first generation Mexican kids coming into this community, and they were my friends, and I know that some of them got put like in ESL classes and things like that, but they I'm still friends with a lot of them today, and they're very intelligent, and it's not because of their language barrier, right? They're just it's the person is intelligent. Do you guys have an opinion on that? Or can you speak to that?
Sure. Well, so I want to just preface and say I've never personally taught in what's considered a dual language school, and I do think that there's a lot of different definitions. I mean, Carol went to Udall once it opened. She was at Butler, and then Udall opened right next door, and it was the Escuela de Bellas Artes, and it was dual language. And my parents moved her there because they wanted her to be in a school where she could hear Spanish as much as she was hearing English. So I think there's a lot of focus in our state, the people who make the decisions up at the top, that put a negative spin on this idea that we're just helping one group of people to appease the group of people who can't speak English. But a true dual language system provides a way for kids who don't speak Spanish or whatever the other language is to also learn that.
Right.
And so any opportunity for anyone in the United States, I think, to become bilingual should be celebrated and should be honored and should be it should be created more. All over the world in different countries, people just don't speak one language.
Yeah.
That's a very American way.
Right.
And I think if this is going to give an opportunity to teach more than one language, then I think it's a good thing. It's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Very well said.
So I actually, my school for a couple years was a dual language school. And I will say, you know, a lot of parents loved the idea of it. From a teaching standpoint, I will say one thing that we never considered is that a lot of times when you're learning a language, they say immersion's the best way to learn, right? However, when you're in a school with a high population of Latinos speaking Spanish, even though those kids were in English part of the day, on the playground, at recess, at lunch, they were reverting back to Spanish. So what we saw is the kids who initially spoke English were learning Spanish, but the kids that already spoke Spanish weren't learning English at the same rate, so to speak.
Right.
You know, we unfortunately weren't able to continue the program with funding, but I would have liked to see the outcome eventually, how that would have kind of taken hold.
I just got educated. I didn't even know that there were specific schools that were titled dual language, from what it sounds like, right? So there are some schools that aren't that, it sounds like. Wow.
Most schools nowadays, I think, are not dual language, but
They're
there
not.
are a lot of schools that use that as a selling point. Like you can learn Chinese Mandarin or
Right.
Chinese, you know, different dialects of different Asian languages, and here a lot of them are Spanish as well.
As far as dual language, I do think it's a good thing. We don't have it at our school either. But we all know that if a student is strong in their primary language, they will learn the second language at a better rate. I think we need to help them out and do that so that they can pick up the second language. But yeah, it's just not allowed. And the laws are different, so.
Right. But I think there's a bill that's going to be, that's on the docket, right, to change that? If I read correctly?
I think what's happening is there's currently a school that is a dual language school, and state government is saying that is against school policy, and so that's what they're trying to figure out. Can we really do this if in Arizona we've already decided across the board that schools should be English only instruction? Can you really have a program like this? So there's a couple of schools that want it, that are doing it, and I think they're being sued currently.
Wow. That's,
Well, I was, one of you had mentioned your first day of teaching, like I know Selena did, and your first day of teaching.
Hey, wait a minute. That was at Maryville.
Yeah, and that she knew though that day, like that's what she wanted to do. Do you guys have memory of your first day social work or first day teaching? Like, because I know mine was terrible. It went so bad. I ended up in tears.
And I understand why you needed to stay at Maryville, because they needed a lot of help.
Don't make Joanne get
don't
you.
make Joanne.
And you were from Carl Hayden, so that even made it.
Sex Panther.
Whoa!
It's a cologne.
Oh, yeah.
It's illegal in 32 countries.
That's true.
30% of the time it works every time.
Wow.
Anyway.
Anybody?
Man, I don't think I can remember my first day.
No.
I'm finishing my 24th year this
Hell yeah.
school year, wrapping
Good
up.
for you.
That's awesome.
I don't remember
Your first day?
I think they probably were a blur. It probably
Yeah.
it was difficult. I taught second grade, and I don't think I remember. It was probably a lot. It was overwhelming.
Yeah, I think it was. For
Yeah.
me too, like that first week was so
Yeah.
overwhelming. No matter how many times they put you in a classroom to student teach, just to be there, like it's yours now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joanne?
Yeah, my first day was actually teaching third grade. And I just remember like I was really nervous. And my mentor teacher, I actually like student taught with her, and she was assigned to be my mentor for my first year. She was right next door. And I remember like walking over and like, I don't know if I can do this. She's like, you can, you did so good during your student teaching. It was a blur. I was just more so like for the kids to be okay and for everything to go smoothly. And it never does, but it always ends up okay because they don't really know what you're supposed to be doing anyway.
Right.
So yeah.
How many
That's
years
how
have you been teaching?
This will be year 20 coming up.
You're 20.
Wow.
Yeah, because I like I said, it was my second thing. I worked in finance for 10 years before that. So yeah.
Does it trip you guys out when they first call you by your last name the first time? Like all those kids come to you, hey, Mr. Alegría and stuff like that. I'll be like,
Well,
George, man, call me whatever you want, man. Let's
in
go.
the elementary school, their goal is to find out your first name.
Right.
Yeah, they always
Right, I
say
remember that.
they always say, "What's your real name?" And I say, "Ms. Morales." That's my real name.
Have you got any smartasses that call you by your first name just to get a reaction out of you?
They do, but just like with children of your own, the key is to never let them see you sweat, right? To show you it doesn't bother you. They quit they'll stop.
That's funny.
How many years have you been teaching, Selena?
20 years. This is my 20th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've
That's
been in the school. You were just social work. And
Yeah, so social work is my one-trick pony, social work. But this is my 10th year as a social worker.
Wow, okay.
My 3rd year in Phoenix Union.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do
Okay.
you have a memorable first day?
Phoenix Union?
Yeah, or just in
any-
general. Yeah, like anything first.
Man, my DCS life was wild.
Yeah.
So all of those.
Isn't
Yeah.
everybody's?
Yeah. But I will say for Phoenix Union, I actually am the social worker at our digital online high school. And so I found out on my first day that nobody wanted my job.
Oh.
Yeah, man, right? That, it was open to every social worker to slide on over from their comprehensive campus, and everybody's like, no, after COVID, we will never do social work online. We don't want to do virtual anything. Forget it. Like, we did not want your job. And I was like, oh, right on. That's cool.
And I just have to say, you were just nominated A+ teacher. What is it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the 12 News A+
Oh, wow.
Teachers Award.
Teachers Award.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
Congratulations. Applause.
Yeah, that was cool. That was dope. I saw that as well. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
Yeah,
So last
that's
month
awesome.
was National Social Workers Month, and I had a student of mine who I really love and adore, and I had no idea she nominated me, and they orchestrated this whole thing.
Don't cry.
And I did that day. I ugly cried because I didn't know what was happening. Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. I was lured to my campus under false pretenses. It was a whole setup.
Thought I was going to get fired.
For real, dude, because I be doing some wild, unethical stuff, right? It's all in the service of
And that's
kids.
what works, though.
Right? It's all in the
Stuff
service
like
of
that.
kids. Like
that.
yeah, like whatever we got to do to make sure these kids are okay, right? But yeah, it was really cool. This camera thing, they just bust in, and
Yeah.
it's like, whoa.
Cameras.
You thought you were on Cheaters, huh? You thought you were on Cheaters, yeah.
I was hoping it was awesome. Clearinghouse. You they still do that?
Was Ed
Ready for
McMahon?
Ed
I
McMahon?
don't know over head.
That's
No,
funny.
that was awesome.
That
Because
was
I saw
awesome.
the video and I was just like, oh, so proud of you. Yeah, so proud.
Yeah,
Like,
that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
That was really cool.
We're gonna have to post that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely.
it was cool.
We'll put a link to
I
that.
seen it myself. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Right on.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
congratulations.
That's
you so
awesome.
much. Thank you.
And so who started as a kindergarten teacher? Just you?
I think just me. Yeah.
Just you? Isn't that like domesticating wild animals?
No.
Isn't
And
that
you know
what it
what?
is?
I will honestly say, I mean, I've only had experience in kindergarten and second grade, but kindergarten is hands down my favorite. I will teach kindergarten anytime.
Yes.
No, they're not. They have no experience of school. So it's your job to kind of just teach them to how to do school.
Yeah, function.
There's a special place in heaven for kindergarten teachers.
They're the best.
I'm an
I love
instructional
it.
coach, and so kind of my wheelhouse is that K-3 realm. And I will tell you, going in at the very beginning of kindergarten, those ladies deserve all the accolades they can get because, and gentlemen, but yeah, at the beginning of the year, they don't know how to do anything.
No,
you have
they
to
don't.
teach them how to sit,
Yep.
how to come to the carpet,
Walk in a line.
every procedure you can think of, walk in a line, and they do magic.
Yeah, they'll tell you stories. Yep. You're
Yeah.
reading a book and it's like, did you know my dog yesterday had 8 puppies in our living room? And you're like, we'll talk about that later.
God dang.
Yeah, if you have a kindergartner or first grader living in your home, there's no secrets.
Yeah, you're right.
The teacher finds out everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
My uncle used to say.
I have a funny story about trying to teach kindergarten.
Okay.
So God bless the kindergarten teachers. So my mom works she works in the Isaac district, and she wanted me to work at her school. And I always wanted to do high school, never wanted to do the little kids, but she's like, oh, come meet this kindergarten teacher, and I think you'd be so great, Mija, if you taught at my school. And so I went, and I actually signed up to do my internship with this teacher, and she asked me to create a lesson for these kinder kids, and it was on odds and evens. And so I was all into it. I was like, I'm going to do this. I went and got colored beans, and I had this whole thing, and I was going to teach odds and evens, and I did this whole lesson, and the kids seemed like they were kind of getting it, and I was like, okay, maybe I can be a kindergarten teacher. This is fun. And then the teacher walked out. I don't think she was supposed to do that, but I was like, oh, I'm upset about myself. And so I was explaining it to this little table group, and I said, if you put these two beans together, that makes it even number. So if they're beans, if you can separate them and there's two, then it's even. And if you have these beans together and there's one left out, then it's odd. This one doesn't have friends. These are odd. And I said, doesn't have friends, and it's odd. And this little girl's like, her mouth was
Quivering.
And she was like, I don't have any friends. Am I odd? And then it was like, then the next kid,
reaction.
I don't have any friends either. I'm odd. And they're crying. And I was like, where's the teacher? And all I knew to do was call my mom. I was like, Mom, all the kids are crying. I don't know where the teacher is. I didn't mean to tell them that they're odd, but now they're crying because they don't have friends. And then these kids are like, I'll be your friend. And I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
So my mom, if you know my mom, she handles things. And she rushed in with a bunch of Otter Pops.
Save the day.
And she's like passing out Otter Pops, and she was like, you're even, and you're even. But after that, I was like, I can't do this. I made kids cry in my first lesson.
One of my first years teaching, it was picture day, and it was in October. So I brought cookies for the kids, and they were like Black Cat cookies with the glitter and frosting. They all ate them up, had a great time. They call us, it's time for your class to come for pictures. And one of the kids runs over to me when I'm on the phone, and he's like, Mrs. McNeil. And his whole mouth was black. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I look around, and they're all talking about everybody's mouths and teeth are like grayish black.
From the frosting?
From the frosting, from the cookies. So I had to call the assistant principal, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Can we halt my class? Because everybody's mouths are black. Their teeth are gray. And she came with toothpaste, and everyone had to brush their teeth with their finger because we were on a tight schedule for picture day. Thank goodness it washed off. So thank goodness. But we caught it early before.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's funny.
What you got?
What you got?
Huh? Oh, he wants to take a break.
No, I'm just saying. I was just signaling to him this 1 minute.
No, I know. We got 1 minute. So that was a perfect segue. You wants to take a break. We only got 1 minute.
Oh.
We had it. You're odd, man. You're odd.
Give him an Otter Pop.
I already know I'm odd. The whole family knows I'm odd. And I'm perfectly fine with it.
So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Cool.
Back.
We're coming back.
And where we left off, I think Jeffrey had a question, or he had a comment, or a story, or something like that.
No.
What is he? We said save it for the podcast. You said save it for the podcast, and that was it.
Are you kidding? You're joking.
No, I'm being serious.
You were gonna. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Help him out.
We were talking. You said you had a question to ask them, but you said, should I save it for the next segment?
No, I'm saving it for the rapid fire question.
You gotta bring it home, buddy.
Any suggestions from the educators on how do we
that side of the room? How do we help that side of the room?
Wait a minute. Raise your hand first.
We have a couple blurters.
Is that what we call them?
You were a blurter.
Can I go to the restroom?
No, so I'll oddly enough, this week there was another article written in the paper about National Teachers Appreciation Week and how you can help a teacher or show appreciation to a teacher. And they mentioned like you guys get cookies or something sent to the school or sometimes money, that type of thing. But this particular article talked about paying attention to the legislators or people that you vote in to help support teachers that way. And naturally, they also talked about increase in pay. And it was interesting to hear that some of you guys, because of ESSER monies, I believe that you said, helps cover that cost. But I think it's important to recognize that some teachers are underpaid, right? And it's very unfortunate. In addition to that, so how can people help teachers or recognize teachers throughout the year, or in particular during National Teachers Appreciation Week? And does anybody have any ideas? Because Joanne, like we mentioned, I know that you have at the beginning of the school year, you kind of send out a list and like, hey, I could use some help with these types of supplies for my class for this following year.
Right. There's actually, with social media, I think a lot of teachers have found platforms there. There's a teacherswishlist.org, and you can find them on Instagram, TikTok. They list teachers' wish lists from all over the states. And usually wish lists are items that, we fund a lot of our own classrooms. And so sometimes there's things like they're nice to haves, or sometimes it's stuff like you actually just run out of and it's hard to replace it sometimes. So, you can check with your teachers to see if they have, wish lists. I know sometimes I have friends who work in very affluent areas that get tons of stuff for Teacher Appreciation Week. That's never been my experience. But, throughout the year, sometimes you'll have families bring you tamales or tortillas or something. But honestly, just like I work in the elementary school. So, when the kids draw you pictures or write you notes, like those are the best types of appreciation I can get. And, when you're in conferences and parents tell you face to face, how much they appreciate what you're doing for your kid, that's the best way. But, lots of teachers, you can go on Donors Choose and help teachers out that way. They list projects that they are looking to do with their classrooms. And a lot of times there's organizations that will match the amount of funds that are donated by your friends or family. So those are ways to help. And then, you can also donate through Arizona State. You're allowed to get a tax write-off on that. You can go donate to the school to help fund whatever, whether it's band or sports. Those things are always appreciated because they just don't happen as frequently as you think.
Right. Yeah, one of the things why I ask also, because, we're friends with a lot of people in the car community, the lowrider community, and they do like a lot during the holidays in particular. But it might be cool to mention to some of those guys that it might be cool to
spark
do
something.
For National Teachers Appreciation, and we give money to the education.
We've been talking about that ourselves, trying to do something, trying to find some type of organization to, and that might be it.
Help out.
That might be it.
Right.
I would say even if you have friends in areas that can just donate time, that's helpful. I know that our school puts on like a fall festival or a spring festival. And at one of the fall festivals, our guy that is our student council rep, he tried to get a group to come in and cut hair during the fall festival.
Oh, that's pretty
and
cool.
they were going to donate their time, but then at the last minute they pulled out because they wanted to get paid. So he couldn't get enough barbers willing to donate their time on a Friday evening to, come and give haircuts just to kids. That's what he wanted. It was just kids, like no adults could get in line. But so they pulled out. So those types of things are always helpful to give back to the community and to the school because the kids would love that.
Yeah,
the kids would love.
We might be able to help with that.
Yeah. So
What's that? Cut hair?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dope.
you're a good barber, I know.
All
Wait a
these
minute.
kids are going to be going to the military because I'm just going to.
Hey, real quick, you
I'm
talked
just
about
kidding.
a fall festival, and what was the other festival?
Spring.
Wait a minute. Do they still have Field Day?
We do. We have field day coming up pretty soon.
Did you?
That was dope.
Do you still have first
was the-
place?
that was the-
second place, third place, or is it all participation?
We know it's more class competition rather than individual. And our principal's pretty cool. We had some water slides and things like that too. So all the kids had a blast. It was a great time.
Man, Field Day was great at Butler Field right here.
Yeah, it was.
That was dope.
These-
And that's before Brincas,
yeah, it was.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know we have water day coming up, and they'll put like 6 slides out there for the kids.
Oh, how
and
fun.
It's on a schedule. And
Yeah,
all
you guys
that.
cut down all the trees out there, though.
Well, somebody came and they got a grant and they just planted 25 trees throughout our whole campus.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it's all freshly
I've
planted.
seen that,
so,
but
yeah.
those trees were nice.
Well, one of them did fall.
Watch
On
out,
its own.
watch out with these guys in trees, though.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Disposal. Should have called you guys.
Yeah, so it was really nice. We do have new trees throughout our campus,
Nice.
but we do have some very mature trees on our campus that are beautiful. We
Right.
do have beautiful trees there.
Yeah.
I used to water them.
How about you, Selena? Any way that people could help out with your school or district
I would say,
or your class?
yeah. I think I would just have to, I have to say this at least one time is pay attention to what's happening in public education in our state. And you can use your voice when you vote, but also at, the state level, which is really important. Like right now in Phoenix Union, we have an open seat. We have a school board member who just resigned. And so Maryville has, and I don't mean Maryville High School, I just mean like, what's considered
community?
Maryville. Yeah, the community. That ward is open. And I think it's important to pay attention to who's being elected into our school boards. And
Right.
because they have the power to make some really major decisions for our kids, even more on not more, but on a different level than what I can do effectively in the classroom. And so to support me as a teacher, it would be so meaningful if people started paying attention to who they were electing
Right.
as school board members.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's one of those things I don't think, honestly, I don't think very many people, I get emails, texts, phone calls during election times from everybody I know. They're like, who do I vote for? Just tell me.
I
And I'm
think I
all,
reached out to you one time because I was in your district. I'm in your district, and I was like, I know I want to make a correct
Yeah.
vote because they weren't in his school district; they were hers. So I said, tell me now, who do you
Yeah,
suggest
I get
I
it
vote
all the
for?
time,
Yeah.
and I actually appreciate that. I appreciate that people care enough to at least ask instead
Yeah.
of just being like the first three on
Yeah.
the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do that.
A lot of people do that,
Right.
and I think if you pay attention to what's happening with some school board decisions, not just my district, I'm saying across
Across the board.
Yeah, I think it's because people are not paying attention.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
So,
The bonds. Thank you to the people in these communities around us
Yes,
that
we need
But-
bonds.
pass our bonds continuously. Those funds help us out a lot.
And not only that, but just pay attention and educate yourself on what you're voting for outside of education, just through the whole ballot. You know what I mean? Because it'll affect every
well,
you
local
or
elections affect us here. You know what I mean? Your state, your city, your
Yeah.
community. So definitely read up those little booklets they send you. I study those because I want to know what's what.
Right.
Especially in my community, in that local election. So that's a really good point.
Yeah. Well said. How about you, little Carol? Or Carol? Carolina. I'm sorry. I know where it's going.
My street name.
I probably know. I'm sorry. I
No,
apologize.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Mies.
That's my street name. It's all good. Well, I don't have a classroom the same way that these ladies here do, but I am a softball coach. I coach Carl Hayden softball.
Hell yeah.
varsity, freshman, JV, what?
Well, all of them,
All
all of the
right.
above. We haven't had enough girls come out to field a freshman team in the last 3 years. And so at the JV and varsity levels, we
Gotcha.
it's rough out there. But, softball's a really expensive sport. Sports are expensive. I mean, we're paying $450 a bat. That's just what they cost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so many of our girls' equipment I was using when I was there 15 years ago. I mean, same equipment.
Yeah.
So to open up that, shed and think, wait a minute, like, how is this even possible that you're 15 years later still using stuff that was broken when I used it? And so just like with tax donations, you can choose Carl Hayden, and then more specifically, you can choose our softball program. And we're always looking to try to get our girls, just enough to feel good,
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, definitely.
right?
Sure.
because they were
on the field.
yeah, because and then they have us playing, like East Valley schools.
Right.
Yeah.
Where these kids are like decked out in Nike from head to toe with brand new everything, right? And then here comes our kids in these giant, catching uniforms and, just things like
It's
that.
intimidating.
It's absolutely
Because I
intimidating.
grew up playing sports, and I've been involved with sports for a long time. So it's really intimidating when, first time I wrestled in sneakers, and all these kids had, and I didn't even have a singlet. I had shorts and a t-shirt and some sneakers, and I was wrestling, and I see these kids, and it's intimidating to see, them all G'd up.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so that's my plug for
Right on.
tax dollars, man.
I got to give it to you too, because I think you really thought outside the box of one of your last times trying to raise money for having the alumni game and that type
Yeah.
of thing. I thought that stuff was really cool.
Thank you.
You should continue that kind of stuff, because I think that athletics or any extracurricular activity in school is important to have, because it gives students an opportunity to go some other place right after school instead of hanging out in the street.
Right.
I think for a lot of people that we knew, sports helped them out a lot.
Yeah.
From getting into trouble, doing other things.
Well, not only that, for a lot of kids that don't feel successful academically, sports and the arts are it's the keys for them to the kingdom, right?
Yeah.
That's what's
Good
keeping them in
point.
school. So
Yeah.
we need to continue to fund those types of things.
Correct. I'm glad you said that, arts, because sometimes some students, school's not for everybody.
Right.
Higher education's not for everybody. But you could be a good artist and make a good living that way, and just any other type of thing.
Sports and life, they go hand in hand, because if you're involved in sports and you're losing, it teaches you to overcome being down X amount of points or by score, whatever, and it makes you want to rise to the occasion and come back and beat or whatever. And just like Michael said, sports helped me. I didn't go to college. I tried going to college, but it wasn't for me. But I got to do a lot of really cool things, and sports opened up a lot of different doors for me, and I got to meet a lot of cool people, and I got to travel the world, literally travel the world, been to 9, 10, 11 countries, and I'm not in the military. It was all because of sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and I think it also teaches you how to be part of a team, a collective team going after going after a goal to accomplish something.
Yeah, definitely.
It goes a long way.
It builds community. It
Right.
builds
It does,
community and
yeah.
pride for your school. And I think that's a big piece of teaching kids to be like us. We're proud of where we came from. We're proud of our neighborhood. We're proud of our friends. We're proud of our family, because it builds a sense of community, and you want to keep reaching out and taking care of your school and taking care of your friends. And I think all of that, the arts, sports, music, it all just gives you pride in your school
Right.
and your community as well, because you play against other people you guys talk about it all the time on here. You guys played Little League with people and from other schools, and you became friends that way. Like, it just helps build your community.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
that's really, really important. Now is to build a sense of community for these kids and for these families,
Right.
Well,
it's National Teachers Appreciation Week. We definitely appreciate all of you and the things you guys have done.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're honored to know you guys and know that you guys have come back in the community to teach and, influence the next generation and educate the next generation.
And to be passionate about it.
Right.
Genuinely care.
Yeah. 'cause
That's what I got from each one of you. You guys are really passionate about what you do. And I think that's awesome. That's cool. I do.
It is. It's dope. So we have a game. We're going to play a game.
We are.
We are.
What kind of game?
We're going to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So we're going to have the educators against the SeunevA panel. And the paid intern's going to run the game. And he's going to ask us some questions. Why don't you explain it?
Engineer, what kind of questions are these? Are these
Fifth grader questions.
So we have 4 categories. There's science, math, history, and English.
We lost.
Put geography in there.
It couldn't be girls, chicks, and women?
Anyway, we're going from 1st grade all the way to 5th grade. So each question, I'll have you guys write it on your boards.
Okay.
Show it to me, and then I'll count up the score, and at the end, I'll let you guys know who did better.
We'll show it to the camera, and then we'll show it to you.
Exactly.
Yep.
Who are you guys ready for the first question? It's a science one.
Ooh.
What causes tides? First grade question.
Do we show?
Oh, my.
Go for it.
I'm still writing.
All the educators seem to have gotten it. Show the camera.
This is my partner's answer. Truth.
Oh, come on. No. We're a team. Now you're going to try to... We got the earth rotation.
Oh, our marker doesn't work. Dang it, we had the move. Our marker doesn't work.
No.
Oh, his marker is.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't work.
It's all good.
Well, I think the educators got that round because these guys said that earth rotation.
Does that marker work?
No.
So hold on.
Can I go to the restroom?
Can he?
I
get
thought
his
they were
answer
supposed to
before he
ask
says
us.
Their marker doesn't work.
Sure, but we'll have them go last, and then everybody else will reveal the boards. So
Yeah,
that's
we'll
how we'll do
cheat.
it from now on.
Okay. Next question.
Okay, hold on. So all the
We're
educators.
losing already.
I know. He was whispering to me, and I didn't move my earmuff. I was like, wait, what?
Earphone.
I know. Earmuff. I know what they're called.
Okay, next one's a math one. So wait to turn your guys' boards and
Wait a minute, Tassie's out of this one. She's an accountant.
I failed that. Remember, that's why I became a teacher.
Yeah, trigonometry you found. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, get the pen.
Okay,
got it
get
right
the
here.
pen.
That's a Sharpie.
Yeah.
No,
You gotta write on.
Double up.
Oh, got it.
Double up.
No. We're good right here. Look. Come on, we got it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Out of these fractions, which is the greatest?
Oh.
3/20ths, 3/9ths, or 3/5ths?
Okay.
Oh,
Hold your board.
We got 3
Okay,
fifths.
everybody show it to the camera.
We lost.
Educators, what did you guys say?
3 fifths. They
Yeah,
all got it
3/5ths
right.
across the board.
Hey, we
There
got
you
it
go.
right.
Yep, and then these two over here.
We got it right.
Yeah, we got it right.
3/5.
I don't remember the school buses being this long, this big.
Kinder twice.
I think that's another point for
joke.
the educators.
If
It's a
you-
little bit-
It's
it's a
over
little
there.
bit of humor.
Okay, here's the first
Oh, so we can just tell you.
first grade history question.
okay.
What country did Mexico gain its independence from in the 1800s? Remember, keep your boards facing yourself until we rotate.
Oh, we'll go with that one.
What country, he said.
I'm going with that.
Us too.
Us two.
All right, go ahead, reveal to the cameras.
Camera.
We're with her.
Once again, the educators are right.
We had it, man. We had it.
I'm like,
The Spanish
hell no.
conquistadors.
Are
Okay.
you sure? I want to
Yeah.
fact check the question.
No. Here we go. The last first grade question, English.
yes.
Wait a minute.
¿Qué?
These are all first grade questions.
¿Qué?
What is the term for a word that is opposite in meaning to another word?
Say it again.
Reverse.
What is the term for a word that is opposite in meaning to another word?
Yes, that's correct.
Keep it facing you guys. Let's see what they come up with.
Say it again.
Yeah, that's it.
What is the term for a word that is opposite in meaning to another word? You guys could help them out. You're on the same team.
I'm gonna show it to the camera.
That's what I was
Show
going
it to the
to say.
cameras.
Antonym, yep.
Anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gets a point on that one.
All right.
Yeah. Automatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
They didn't teach us this stuff in Glendale.
Yeah, that's different.
Unit 6.
They didn't teach us this in Glendale.
You didn't learn antonyms second year kindergarten spelled.
An,
The second time they did in kindergarten.
an anagram. That's what it is.
So ending first grade, educators are clearly on top. So we're moving on to second with another science question.
Second grade? Okay.
What galaxy is Earth located in?
Really?
I don't know.
Yep. We agree. We stopped writing.
Well, when it's,
The podcasters are still thinking.
let me think. Okay, wait. I'm gonna just.
Why did you
okay.
write Star Trek? I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Can't even see it.
What is?
Hold on, hold on.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead
I
and
have
reveal
no
it to the
idea.
camera.
Maybe since we're not on
Oh.
we give them
we might have got it right.
You see, I'm real conflicted here because these two got it right with the Milky Way, but over there, what did you guys say?
The Dagobah system.
The Dagobah system.
No, they just need one. May the 4th, the Dagobah system.
Oh, that's what he wrote.
He wrote the
And the
Dagobah.
educators, what was your answer?
Milky
Milky
Way.
Way.
Milky Way.
I think if we both don't get it, we don't get it.
I agree.
Yeah, that's how it's got to be. I can't handle the whole team.
Oh, what? Whoa. No.
Who you calling Way?
Edit that. Edit that.
Next,
Don't edit that.
Hey, what do you guys say? One tie, all tie.
It's not Easter.
next up, this is a long one, so pay attention. It's a math one.
All right.
On a class field trip, there are 4 buses taking 36 students to the zoo. Each bus has the same number of students. How many students are in each bus?
Repeat.
Just one more time. One more time.
On a class field trip, there are 4 buses taking 36 students to the zoo.
Get your phone out.
Each bus has the same number of students. How many students are there in each bus? We're waiting for the podcasters again. So 4 buses, 36 students. How many students on each bus?
On each. Got it.
Show it to the camera.
Oh no! I fucked up. That's a trick question.
City bus that's extended.
Wait a minute.
There's not even 144 seats on a bus.
I got educators here. You would not ask that question to your students. Be honest.
It's a
It could be a
Yeah, actually, yeah.
basic division question.
It's a what?
Basic division. Wait, wouldn't you do multiply and add?
I don't understand the question.
Educators got that one
Did
again.
he write?
Oh my God.
You multiplied.
You did. But that was a quick.
George, I'm gonna pull you back to my horseshoe table.
All right.
Okay, I think everybody's gonna be able to get this next history question. What are the 3 branches of the United States government?
I know one of them.
Okay, I got that one.
Yeah. Boom. We got it.
Oh wait, how do you split?
It doesn't. We're not always paying attention to spelling.
I want to spell correctly.
Spell check. Or autocorrect.
On the-
All right.
Show it to the
All right,
camera.
George is almost done. Okay, show to the camera.
Show it. They got judicial doing that.
Okay, judicial.
What is it?
Judicial, executive, and legislative.
There we go. We should just have this.
Hey, the way
educators
politics
answer.
is now, that's the way it is.
You gave the
We were close. We missed
Educators are still haven't gotten one wrong.
Congress.
We're second grade.
Okay, last question of 2nd grade. Back to
Hold
an
on,
English
I got
question.
mine.
Don't get all the way to 5th, because I don't know.
Oh wait, let's see Jeffrey's branches of the government.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Father, Son, and the Espiritu Santo.
Okay, this is an English one. This one's a little tough. Does the word bone have a
Whoa.
long or a short
Now you're
vowel
talking my
sound?
language.
Now you're talking my language.
That was hard.
I can guarantee you they're not gonna. Okay.
Say it again.
Does the word bone have a
tripped
long
up
or
a
a short vowel sound?
The bone long or
Phonograms. All I hear is phonogram.
It's an antonym.
Let's see. Let's wait for him to write it.
Did you see my answer? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna say long too.
Okay.
Long in the
Okay.
two.
Everybody
We're on the
reveal.
board. We are on the board.
You are on the board.
E lets the O say O.
Hey, nowadays we don't keep score. There's no first place. There's no second place.
Yeah, we're
It's
participating.
participation.
We're Gen X. We keep score.
Okay. Remember to turn your board around after everybody's done writing. I'll let you guys know. We're going to 3rd grade. First question is a science question. Which planet is closest to the sun?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, I got it. Yeah, you were right though. You spelled it wrong.
I thought there was a Q in there.
Camera.
I thought the Q was silent.
What? No.
Okay, go ahead. Reveal to the cameras.
Mercury. You go.
Mercury.
Teacher.
Educators.
Mercury.
We said
It's-
Uranus.
It's Mercury. It sacrificed him a point.
See, from bone to Uranus. Huh? Yeah, I knew it.
Okay, here's a little bit of a tougher math one.
Ooh.
Ron saves $32 every day. How much will he save in a year of 365 days?
Ron's broke.
Once again, Ron saves $32 every day.
7.
How much will he save in a year of 365 days? Please wait until I say to reveal your answers.
$32 a day. God damn, I need to get his job.
This is gonna take a long
We need a calculator.
What do you
No calculators.
No calculator.
No calc.
1. And
I think this
Carry
is
the
it, man. I
2,
think
bring
this
down
is
the
it.
3. There's a Q in
I
there.
think this is it.
Hold it.
For the
Hold
third
your
column.
guys' answers.
Put in your comma.
Don't be looking at
Or your
my.
decimal.
Still
I guess.
working?
No, I don't think it was.
No, that's it.
$32.
They're still working it out over here on
It's
this
a
side.
trick question.
Carry the 1.
Bring down the Q. Bring down the R.
R
It's not for
equals
it's
MC
for a
squared.
remainder. The R is for a remainder.
2.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, break it down.
The
Yeah.
R is for
All right.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, let's reveal your answers to the cameras. Educators once again got it right.
11,000.
And so did George, but over here, unfortunately, this side of the podcast table.
We were $1,725.
7. You guys saw the dart game. I'm not very good at
The former educator over here.
Oh,
Get it.
kindergarten.
Kindergarten teacher.
You're going to
Odds and evens.
Odds and
Odds and
evens.
evens.
Odds and evens. I'm not on.
Okay, let's see.
You're a
History. Third grade history.
Hey, we don't use that word.
This is my class.
That is not a kind word, Mr. Alexander.
Third grade history question.
Third grade history.
What did the Emancipation Proclamation do?
Oh yeah.
The constipation. The constipation.
Come on, Unit 9.
Yes.
Hold it. Hold your answers. Hold your answers.
Yeah.
Huh? That was a rock concert in '86.
Right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Show the cameras.
We're definitely at the front door.
There we
Yeah.
go. Everybody got the correct answer.
See,
Well,
when it counts, I know what I'm talking
No, that's wrong.
that's what people said.
You're supposed to have a capital.
They freed. They freed the slaves.
Capital
It wasn't.
F.
They weren't getting free slaves. They freed the slaves. Am I right? I'm right. They freed the slaves. They didn't get free slaves.
Well,
Very good.
obviously.
We said
Right.
the slaves.
So when all
Free
those,
slaves.
right. So when all those slave owners went to go vote, they saw free slaves, and they're like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna vote for that." They thought it was free slaves.
Got it.
Yeah. You'll learn something in my class.
All right. This third grade English question can have a couple different right answers.
Okay.
Give an example of a transitional word.
Easy.
SeunevA. It transferred from avenues to.
Streets. when you cross
It transitioned.
Avenues, you said transition.
You know, everybody's transitioning these days. You know.
Ready? What'd you put?
Turn 'em around.
No.
We said this. Is that a transition?
Yes, that- yeah.
However, they went above and beyond.
I just transitioned on your way. By the way, I was that kid in the class.
That's 2 points right there.
Everybody got that one.
No, we caught up with that answer. We're tied.
He's smart.
That was a bonus one. I'm smart.
Here we go into fourth grade with another science.
Okay.
How long does it take the moon to orbit Earth?
A long time.
I've seen many moons.
How long? How long does it take the moon to orbit Earth?
I have
Yeah, I
no
forgot
idea.
All the
this one.
educators agree.
Isn't that it?
I don't know. I put
No.
Show the camera. Everybody show the camera.
24 hours.
It is 1 month.
A month.
For the moon to go around the Earth. 365.
I thought
Boom, this man.
365 is for the Earth to go around the sun.
rotate around.
Yeah, that's nobody got that one.
The moon
phases.
See, educators, you learned something on this podcast. See?
Go.
We recall the
Yeah, we- yeah.
after the fact.
Waning gibbous
Waxing
waxing.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, where Luke lived, there was 2 moons.
Say that louder.
All right.
All right, math question.
Oh,
Supplementary angles always add up to what?
It's nobody's business.
Supplemental
Yes,
angles
degrees.
always add up to what?
180. Oh, I said that.
I know.
What is it, Jeff?
you.
They gave us the answer.
I did. I'm sorry.
I'm mathing right now. I'm mathing
Let them
right
figure it
now.
out.
I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say that.
I know.
Okay.
I'm sharing.
Look,
Well, show the cameras. There we go. Everybody got
what's
that
upside down?
180 degrees.
These boys have never heard supplemental angle.
Supplemental
Instrument.
income.
You know the word.
Got that during the
Here we go.
pandemic. Hell yeah, couple checks. Gracias. To this show, fundamental.
For a bonus point, the first person that raised their hand will answer this one. You gotta raise your hand to say it. What is the name of angles that add up to 90 degrees? You raise your hand first.
Acute.
No, sir.
It's a right angle.
Not me.
They add up.
That adds up to it.
Ooh, I did that wrong. I said right.
Educators are wrong too.
Wait, what?
Let's see.
That add up to 90
So
degrees.
supplementary angles add up to 180. What kind of angles add up to 90
They're-
degrees?
I don't know the name of it, but I know the degrees.
Well,
90.
90.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees.
No, that add up to it. 90.
45 degrees.
45 degree angles.
245.
245.
Nobody's gonna
No,
get.
but acute.
I already said
Okay, we'll
What?
take the
Yes.
audience.
Audience? A right angle.
No,
No, that's
sir.
what I said. I was
Is
wrong.
it acute?
Because
A
a right
Complimentary.
angle is
A
90
wrong
degrees.
angle.
But he said what
Complimentary
angles
angles.
add up to
Oh,
90
complimentary.
angle.
Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees.
I thought that was just the peanuts at the bar, complimentary
Yeah.
peanuts. Or on a plane.
No bonus point. Okay, well, we're moving on to the history.
We all got it wrong.
History question. What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex?
Oh, that's not easy.
Booyah.
Right there.
I think,
Booyah.
I think you're right. We got it. I'll ride with him.
Yep,
I'll
you
go
guys got
with
it.
him too.
You guys got it.
Circle gets a
Ink
square.
is- yeah.
Inca.
I just watched that the other day.
Did you?
What's the count? We're close.
I'll reveal at the end.
Neck and neck.
Like we're tied.
I don't
Yeah.
want to kill you guys or not. All right, rounding out 4th grade with an English question. Name the preposition in this sentence. The pretty calico cat sat on a kitchen table.
Yes.
The preposition.
Yes. No, yeah.
What
No, it's
proposition?
not. I'll tell you no.
What
I'll say it again.
proposition?
I'll say. I'll read
That's an
I'll read
actual
the
word.
sentence again.
You ready to
That's
get
a verb.
The pretty calico cat sat on the kitchen table.
Petrie.
Pretty.
Show the cameras.
go with it.
Everybody, show the cameras.
I helped her.
Yes, it is on.
We still scored.
That's only educators. That one's definitely an educator.
You had sat. It's a
Then
verb.
I erased it and said on.
And I endorsed it. I
You
think.
did. You were super
Give me a
confident.
hard
He's like,
time
oh
with
yeah,
that.
that's it. Yeah.
Write it.
Let's see how you guys do. This is the hardest grade. 4 more questions to end the game. The
What
first
grade
one,
is it?
5th grade.
You never got this high.
Come on, Miss Essery. That was my 5th grade teacher. Come on, Miss
Who
Essery.
was my 5th grade? Miss Lundy? No, she was 4th.
I miss Raymond.
Mr. Medina.
Oh,
I
Miss.
think I had
I
No,
remember
you know what?
Miss
It was
Essery.
Miss Mitchell.
Archuleta.
Miss Essery, Miss.
I had
I
a
don't
Gillette
know.
in 6th grade.
Okay, so maybe she was a 6th.
We got 3 minutes, people.
Oh, do we?
No, we can go.
Okay, well, science question. What tool is used to estimate the likelihood of certain genetic outcomes?
Oh, wait.
What?
Is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it?
What tool is used to estimate the likelihood of certain genetic outcomes?
What tool?
Sorry.
What tool? Yes.
I need to put this
You guys have 10 seconds to brainstorm here. We're running
I
out of
put
time.
something out there, but it's
A
not a
tool?
tool.
What tool?
Genetic what?
Wrench.
Outcomes. What tool is used to estimate the likelihood of certain?
Oh, I can't write that down.
You could draw it. You can draw it.
Let's reveal our answers.
Outcomes.
The educators got it again with the Punnett square.
Oh,
See?
Yeah.
Oh, that tool.
We got Bill Nye over here.
Yeah.
A Punnett.
I know another tool, I'm telling you.
Here we go. 5th grade math question.
I thought that was the last one. Punnett square.
Nope. Write this number in standard form. 3,042. A real easy 5th grade one. You guys are struggling. Let's see.
Write it.
Yeah, go for
In
it.
standard
Yeah,
form?
sure.
Oh,
Okay. Let's show our boards.
Wait,
Wait, I'm not done yet. What?
I
Write it.
think this is standard form. Okay.
What? 3,000?
Oh!
Expanded. That's expanded form with words.
Yeah.
No,
but-
that's
He
written
wrote it
form.
word form.
That's written.
That's written
Listen.
form.
Yeah, word form. Yeah, just nod. All you gotta do is, yeah, you're right, Erica. Good idea.
George, can you show your
Here,
board?
let me just show
I'll
my
come over
card.
in the summer.
I was writing a check.
I'm gonna give that one to both.
Yeah,
Nancy.
look with the comma.
Expanded would be 3,000 plus 0.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
See?
That shit don't come up in everyday life. Don't worry about that bullshit.
That's what I'm talking
Write it in
about.
standard form.
Just sell it to me.
We have 2 more left.
Okay.
History question. Who founded the Red Cross?
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
They know.
Oh, I know.
The educators know.
Who founded the Red Cross?
Yes,
Oh, I know who that is.
I don't know. I'll write it though, because that sounds like a funny one.
It's something like that. I'm
She's
definitely
a
knocking on the
singer,
door.
I think.
I'm close. If I'm wrong.
I wrote too big.
Nope.
I gotta put it here.
What?
We got somebody
Are we
trying to
wrong
cheat over
too?
here.
You're cheating.
Emily, are we wrong too?
No, stop. Stop. What?
Stop. It's our. We got cheaters in the audience. We got cheaters in the audience. Oh, everybody spin their board around because we got a good variety of
I
answers
think
here.
he's right.
Roosevelt, Florence Nightingale, and Susan B. Anthony. The right answer was Clara Barton.
Oh my god, that was in.
Oh, that bitch.
Put in history.
We said Florence. Like,
Who is Barton? Who is that though?
she's
She's the nurse that founded the Red Cross.
Founded in the Civil War.
Yes, she founded it during the
Good job.
Civil War. She was a hospital nurse during the Civil
Oh,
War.
the teacher's pet over there chimed in.
Okay, give me the last question.
He's in for sure.
All right, last question, English question.
Okay.
This one's a long one, so listen.
Okay.
Often seen at the end of a sentence, the 3 trailing dots that indicate the omission from speech or writing of a word is known as.
Got it.
Write it down.
Son of a
Perfect.
bitch.
Like,
No, there's a word.
What is the name?
There's a name for it.
What is the name of the 3
It's
dots?
it's mi vida loca. That's what it means.
Yeah, Susie, you find it right here.
It's not at the end of a
Right here,
sentence.
like a spider. Watch out.
No, oh wait,
Guys,
it's
like a
almost in
spider,
writing.
we're
It's
close.
almost in writing.
It's
You want a teardrop too?
That's in our logo.
what is it? Tres puntos.
It's like spider.
Spider.
Okay, let's see our answers.
Yep.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Ellipsing. No.
Ellipsis.
Ellipses.
I'm gonna let sing.
Yeah, you told me to write that. Oh, man, I ain't cheating off you.
He said a lisp.
Did you say ellipsis?
He has a lisp.
I cheated off the
Educated
We were kind of there.
Educators
I
got
think
that one again.
I didn't
Did
hear
you think it was just
We
a
just
dot,
didn't
dot,
spell
dot?
it right.
Oh.
So wait a minute. They barely won. They won with that question. Huh? They pulled it out.
Okay, well, educators, you guys are in the lead, so do you guys want to give them a chance? They're going to get one more question to earn a point, to try to earn a point.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
They're nice.
Is
I'm
this
like,
a
no.
bonus?
They lost.
All or nothing. Here it is. All for nothing. Let's go.
Are you guys? What do you guys want to do that? Do you guys want the score first?
Yes, give us the score.
Okay.
I'm sure they knocked us out of the
So
water.
the current score is 7-18.
Oh.
Yeah. No question needed.
One more question is not going to
Now,
help our
educators,
situation.
do you want?
This point's worth 20.
Let's see. Do you guys want a double or nothing, or do you guys just want a fun question?
Double down.
Educators can
Well, they
decide.
clearly won. Let's establish that. They won.
You know, other times in life, it's about surrounding yourself with the right people. That's why I know these people. So if I need some smart, you bring in the right people.
What do you want to do, ladies?
Double or
another
nothing?
question.
Don't feel intimidated.
We don't get to answer though.
You can answer yes.
Are we gonna do field day after this?
What time's
That's
lunch?
where I come in. That's where I.
If
come
everybody
in.
gets it right, then the score stays.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
They won.
Whose death caused World War II? Caused it. Whose death? His assassination caused World War II.
Dang it.
Assassination? Proclamation?
Educators are writing.
Accusations.
I don't know.
Hold on.
No?
Who's dead?
Whose death caused World War II?
You know what? It's right there at the tip of my tongue.
Can we phone a friend? Can we phone a friend?
Dude, because I'm all about like history like this too.
Go on. Well,
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't
No.
dead.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't dead.
World War II.
Or assassin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was this? Wow.
a death?
To start.
Yes.
Somebody. It wasn't anybody on the U.S. side. It was on their side.
Audience, do they have an answer?
Who's dead?
Hold on.
Well, wait.
World War II.
Hold on. We'll ask the audience after if nobody else gets it. The audience is shouting over there.
We're not answering. We have no
Yeah,
answer.
I'm
hold
not
on.
confident enough.
Does
in that
SeunevA
answer.
give up?
She had an
No,
answer,
okay.
but
I'm not confident.
I have no clue.
Man, hold on.
Not yet.
I'd
but
rather
audience-
say
Should have had
nothing.
him check your answer to
I
see.
know.
I know.
Oh,
Well,
go
yeah,
ahead,
write
write
it
it
again
again.
and see.
No.
Jim's it wrong.
He said, I'm not gonna give her. Just give her a nod. Why?
No,
Dude.
Chico can give her a nod.
No cheers in this room. Yeah, Chico can give you like.
You can write it and he can.
Write it and he can give it to you.
I can't. Okay. I don't think
He's
it's
just gonna
right,
tell her
but-
she's on the right track.
George is thinking over there.
You.
Or picking his nose, one of the two.
5, 4.
It is.
Oh,
Yay. I knew it.
All right, well.
Yay.
Don't, hey,
SeunevA,
don't
hold
let
on. Hail
Wait,
Mary.
he's writing
All
all
that wildcat education.
this- Stay strong. Don't be intimidated by their.
SeunevA, let's see. What did you guys?
You got an ASU degree too, so.
I don't know.
Does SeunevA have an answer? Let's see.
We do, but I have a feeling
Show
it's
yours.
a joke.
Educators, go for
At
it.
the same
Show
time,
your
I'll show you
cards.
mine. Just show me. You actually made them blush. That is a
first time ever. Shut up.
No,
That's your transport.
it's not making me blush. I could have said so many things, but they're teachers.
Miss Teacher.
He even covered his eyes with his whiteboard.
Come on, man. You've got
Okay,
your
let's go.
intelligent
We're
glasses
going
on.
Same time. 1, 2, 3, go. Light over his shoulder. Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, yes. Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta go.
Because Ferdinand.
That's a bull.
Yeah, Ferdinand the bull.
Yes.
Even with a double or nothing, the teachers won.
They won.
Damn, right on.
Thanks to her. Nice job.
Hold on. But before we wrap it up, Jeff's got some rapid questions.
All right.
What kind of questions?
You'll find out.
Rapid.
Fast ones.
Rapido.
Okay, let's hear it. Hey, if you want to write on the board or just blurt it out, go ahead.
We'll blurt it.
Blurt it.
Yeah,
out.
blurt it.
All right.
Flirting. Okay.
So this is how we're gonna go. I'm gonna ask a question.
We established that.
Selena, Carolina, Joanne, and then
Okay, there you go.
So
Okay.
it's boom, 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 boom. So after she says, after Selena says it, Carolina, then Joanne. Then, all right. Tacos or burritos?
Tacos.
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 Wings. Oh, when it comes to eating chicken wings, you prefer the flats or the drumstick?
Flat.
Flat.
Drum.
Hola. Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Fruity Pebbles.
Frosted Flakes.
You're gonna hate my Special K vanilla almond.
Boring.
It's delicious.
All right.
That's an old lady cereal.
I knew he was gonna say that. Try it.
Secret talent.
Whoa. Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
My mom will drop us off if your mom will pick us up.
I don't think I have a talent.
You got a talent? What is it? I don't know. Is
Like
it-
Molly Ringwald, where she put the lipstick on.
Maybe it's not a. Maybe it's not a secret talent. Maybe it's an obvious talent. What is it?
I'm a fast typer.
There you go.
There you go.
Carolina.
I'm a fast reader. She types, I read.
I can teach cursive.
That's a good one.
What's cursive?
Think of it.
Yeah.
It's a lost art. Secret talent. I don't know.
Cheeseman.
Yes.
I'm trying to. I used to. I can't do that anymore. I don't know. I can't think of
Slow
that.
pitch.
Cannot slow. Cannot do that. Cannot hit a slow pitch. That's hard. I don't know. Pass.
All right. Pass. All right. Best gift you've ever received from a student?
A copy of a master's degree.
Awesome.
Oh, right on.
In your case, maybe it's not like it's 'cause of, or just
I get gifts from students. I'm just trying to think of the
Okay.
best one.
or a favorite one or one that's
A
up there.
bouquet of handmade flowers.
Nice.
That's cool. Well, wasn't the A+ student nominated?
I didn't want to say that because that felt arrogant.
No, I'll say it for you. I think
yeah.
that was a great one.
It's a great.
Yeah, because that was student nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hands down the most incredible thing ever. Yes.
Yeah, right on.
My very first year teaching, a little boy gave me his teddy bear that he had from his crib, and I still have it on my shelf.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
That's- you need to give that back.
Eddie Perez, if you're out there, I still have that bear.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, we get a lot of cool things. I think a handmade flower that I received.
That's
Still
awesome.
have. Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. If favorite school lunch from the cafeteria.
Fiesta pizza.
That lady makes with the hairnet and everything.
Remember
and
that?
I do.
big old wart. You know, or big
Want
old
some more
bowl.
sloppy joes?
Serious though, favorite school lunch from the cafeteria. You know when you forgot to pack your lunch?
As an adult or like when they were kids?
Both.
No.
Drink your milk.
As an educator.
Oh.
You know, sometimes you got to go over there and eat with them.
No.
Do it from a kid. They don't eat
Rarely, but they now have what they call a walking taco. It's like a bag of Doritos with like
They now
nacho
have
meat,
that thing.
nacho
That's been a
cheese.
thing in Glendale for decades, homegirl.
At Unit 6.
Cell Block 4.
And our cafeteria also has started serving pozole this year, and it's really good.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That stuff has changed.
Now, from a what?
No more turkey and gravy?
Because it used to be
A
a
bun.
I ain't saying the name of her school, but it used to be a mall.
Square pizza.
Square pizza, huh?
The fried burritos at
Boom.
Yeah.
It tastes like Pete's Fish and Chips burritos, doesn't it? Almost.
fried burrito is good.
All right.
Fruit.
The Thanksgiving dinner.
All right. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
teacher.
Yeah.
Neurosurgeon.
A teacher.
An accountant.
Okay. All right.
This old lady stuff.
Last question. If you weren't in education, what would you be doing?
Therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, private practice.
A food critic.
Food critic. All right. All right. How's the cafeteria food over there?
What would I do if I wasn't in education? Oh.
And it can't be an accountant. There's got to be
No,
something different. Yeah. I would have married rich. I would have married rich.
Okay, have you talked to Berta? You know our conversation. I don't know. I think I'd like to work like in a salon or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you do like cheese man. Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
That's all.
What about the main question?
The main course?
AC Slater or Zach Morris?
Oh.
Slater.
Team Slater.
Slater with the perm or with the straightener in it?
Perm.
Really? All right.
Go. You got a couple
He's
more.
gonna show up next
No,
time.
that's pretty much it.
Dang.
Before you guys close out, I
AC
think
Slater
we all
or
wanna,
Zach Morris?
wait. Congratulations on your first year. I want to wish you guys congratulations. Your first video posted on May 3rd. And we are now May 3rd? Today's May 3rd?
Today's May 3rd.
And we're still having technical difficulties.
We're gonna do.
And it's 1 year of your videos being posted
Dang.
and your podcast being on for a full year. So
YouTube, where's our
congratulations.
checks at, fool?
Congratulations, guys.
Right on.
And I'm gonna go with Screech.
Nobody likes Screech. Although Kelly Kapowski, show Tiffany Amber Thiessen,
Oh, wow.
all three of them.
Dang. I want Screech's girlfriend because her dad was very wealthy.
Oh yeah, that is what's her name, huh?
No,
Lisa
Screech's
Turtle.
girlfriend was the girl, the daughter of the creator of 90210 and all these other.
Yeah, she-
Tori Spelling.
Yeah, I remember Tori Spelling.
There you go.
that was her. Tori Spelling. There you
Nerd alert.
go. They said that too. Nerd alert. Hey, ladies, thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing this. 1 year, and you guys did our 1 year anniversary show here. That's great, and it was great having you guys, especially with the Teacher Appreciation Week coming up. We really, really thank you for coming through and doing this, and letting us act stupid with you, or me at least, acting dumb with you guys. But very inspirational. I love the stories. They were great, man. They were really heartwarming as well, too. I can't say any more. Educators, teachers, yeah, I didn't say it earlier, but I think they're some of the best. What?
People in the
People
world.
in the
man,
world. Yeah, I think so, man, because they
it's from
they
the heart.
take care of our goddamn kids, and our kids are bad.
It's from the heart. Yeah. And let me add this real quick.
Okay,
I'm
add
sorry.
it then.
And you know what? Donate. If you know a teacher, donate to her classroom. Donate directly,
Or his.
or his or whatever, or to the programs that they mentioned earlier, or to the softball team or whatever. Just I know you got the money, fool. Just bust out. Quit being tight.
It's so Glendale can name their schools for once.
Hey, we have actual name. That Unit 2 is Isaac E. Imes.
They stole a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaac Junior High.
Unit 1 is Landmark because that was the first school
Right on.
in downtown Glendale. So anyway, carry on.
Thank you, ladies. Hey, Erica, thank you.
Thank you very much. And
Michael,
thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Son-in-law named Jeff. Our engineers. Our studio audience.
Aplauso! Aplauso!
This is SeunevA Lifestyles presents What's Happening. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow us. Let's go.
This is how we do it on the avenue.